Welcome to Slow Home Studio. Too many people live in badly designed houses, and we want to change that.
Today is Monday, July 18th, and we're going to be concluding our discussion that we've been having over the last few days about different ways to detail stairs. Today we're going to be specifically looking at some innovative ideas for glass involved with stairs as either guards or panels.
That's right. So we're not talking about the structure of the stair. We're not going to be walking on glass. It's the glass that's going to help us to not fall off the side of the stair as we walk our way up. So the first project is Battersby Howitt, again from Vancouver. They do lovely detailing, and we've got a series of glass panels that are acting as the guard. So we have a handrail that runs up, and then we've got the guard on the other side.
This is interesting because the guards are frosted, so there's a bit of translucency to them, and they have a pretty light powder-coated structure. And it's frosted just so you can get the vision of the stair, the ribbon of the stair going behind. So it's very subtle, allows a lot of light transparency. Feels very light to me.
This is actually also goes back to the very first discussion we had about stairs, where it's actually been integrated into the millwork. So we've got that low banquette of storage and then the glass above that.
Yeah, it's very nicely done and put together. This is Terry and Terry Architecture from San Francisco, and we've been following them on Slow Home for a while. I want to point out the clip on the open riser stair, so that's one thing that we talked about in a previous episode.
So that actually is one big piece of glass,
It is,
right?
and it's a bit of a strange photo to get your head around, but there it is from the other side. So they've got one frameless piece of frosted glass that acts as the guard. Beautifully done. They've resolved the opaqueness perfectly because you can still see the stairs behind and you can still get the light coming through.
This is an expensive thing to do, just so you know.
Yes. John Brown says it's expensive, and that is true. So this is less expensive.
This is less expensive.
So this is by the
right.
same architect. So rather than doing one full piece of glass, they've got a more normative handrail, which is a steel construction, and then they've got frosted glass panels within it. And then on the upper section, it's clipped to the edge with those stainless offsets.
And the thing to remember in this, as you're looking at this, is that there is an inside and an outside to this. It's not glass on both sides. So you can see that what they've chosen to do is express the structure of the stair, of the steel on the glass handrail on the inside, and then as you go up to the top, right up here, you can see what it looks like on the other side. So that's a design decision about which way to go.
Yeah, it's nice. And then when you come around at the top, then it reverses because the structure is on the catwalk side. But you can see that they've expressed those little clips coming through. Very nicely done. This is our last example. This is from Box Urban from Dublin, Ireland. And they have a combination of frosted and clear glass, and they're all frameless guards. And generally with frameless guards, when you are supporting them only on the bottom, there's a structural detail that you have to come up with when you're trying to hide that structure. And that can get costly, and you've got to pay real attention to it because you've got to really make sure that you've got the rigidity.
That's right. I mean, the glass that's there, it looks beautiful, but it's really there as a guard, and you've got to make sure that if somebody walks
Takes a
into
running
it,
leap
that
at
they
it.
just don't fall off into the stair with a piece of glass. That would just not be a good thing.
No, certainly not. And so here we've got another view of the frameless glass. Again, the glass has to be sufficiently thick when it's frameless to have a good polish on the edge because you can't have it chip. And they, again, have this frosted piece which expresses the stair coming through to the side.
Yeah, and I think that, again, the very subtle articulation of the frosted versus the clear glass and how those play together is a really nice thing to do. So that's it for stairs from Slow Home for at least the next few months. On Wednesday, we'll be having another topic.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
If you're interested in learning more about the principles of slow home design, you can pick up a copy of our book entitled What's Wrong with This House? It's a practical guide to finding a well-designed and sustainable home. It's available for sale on the Slow Home Studio website. It's also available for sale at Amazon.com in both paperback and the Kindle format.